What the fuck do you think this is? Amateur hour?
So the only problem I've had with getting lube off of a Frisbee is it's just there's nothing takes it off. It stays slippery forever.
Absolutely. That's why I use water-based when I'm putting Frisbees in places. It's just easier to get in, easier to get out, and water and soap generally takes it right off.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll have to keep
Switch
that
it up.
note. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to the Hang Loose Podcast.
Astroglide doesn't mean what you think it means. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Welcome to the Hang Loose Podcast. My name is Shank DG. With me, as always, is
Spicy Boy DG.
Hell yeah, and coming
World famous cameraman.
Yeah, world famous. No, don't let him shake his head. Yes, absolutely. Coming at you in Technicolor. Shank DG now has a pretty little mic brought to you by Great Lakes Disc. Use code Hanging Loose at checkout. Save yourself a little bit of change.
Yes, thank you guys for buying that for him because we were discussing in the green room that he doesn't sound like shit this episode.
Yeah, so sounds good. Like
pretty excited about that.
Super fucking crisp.
So crisp.
So crisp. I've been gaming with the wife using this microphone and doing that the entire time just as close as I can get in like my best like Barry White voice.
So I got news for you. Shank, that is not at all what Barry White sounds like.
Doesn't he have like a raspy little voice?
You sound like, yeah, he does, but not like that. You sound like you're sick and stalking someone. Barry White sounds like panties hitting the floor.
That checks out.
And you don't. So sorry.
Oh,
I'm not gonna let that one slide. Yeah, man. It was quite a weekend out at the Shelley Sharp Memorial.
I bet out there filming for Terry and
Terrell, our most recent guest.
Yeah, Hanging Loose alum Terry Miller.
That's what he's known for. I don't know where else would you guys know him from. It was actually we'll just jump right into story time, I guess. It was super carefree, which normally when I'm filming I get very nervous and I'm very like shaky with the camera. If you watch the rounds that I filmed, spoiler alert.
Yeah, you on Twitter. I saw that.
I've never listen. I'm sure they're gonna listen to this, and I'm sorry. I just think that you being upset that would be like me going, "Hey, they throw discs in this video."
Yeah,
it's like I didn't spoil anything.
They're playing disc golf.
Yeah, spoiler. It's at Vista del Camino. Spoiler. Anthony Varela and Parker Welk are on the lead card. Spoiler, don't.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, it's like looking at the thumbnail at like the disc golf guy video and seeing like Anthony's face on round 3 coverage. It's like, oh, AB made it to the final round, lead card.
Oh my god! I'm sorry, and I don't mean to harp on it because I don't want to sound like a whiny little asshole. But like, come on,
harp on him.
Jesus.
Normally, there's the excuse like, "Oh, it's live sports. Like, you can't spoil live sports." Unfortunately, Shelley Sharp wasn't live streamed, as far as I know.
It was not. But I mean, there are live scores on PDGA.com. Yeah. There's like,
PDGA stats immediately following tweeted out the winner.
Are you gonna get mad like that Parker Welk tweeted that he won the tournament and call him a spoiler? Like, shut the hell up! Don't be a child. The other people exist on the planet besides you and your desire to watch something a day after it happened. Just goddamn. Sorry. I've been going through a lot this week. We're not going to talk about it, but I'm a little emotional.
I'm with you. Harp on the guy.
Yeah, and I mean, I know that we've, we kind of poke fun at Drew a little bit. And I don't know if you guys saw my tweet, or I know you saw my tweet, but genuinely, even when he's having a shit round, which is not super often when I'm filming him, he's usually playing pretty well. He is the most accommodating professional that I think I've filmed. Him and Jen Allen both. They're both
really Jen Allen too.
They before they line it, like if it's a wide fairway, like hole 10 at Shelly Sharp is like a very wide fairway. So shots. What?
I thought you said Jen Allen. I thought Katrina Allen, but no.
Oh no,
Jen Allen doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, Katrina doesn't. She's not Jen Allen. But 10 at Shelly Sharp has a wide fairway, and shots can be 100 feet apart laterally. So, like, my fat ass is, like, running back and forth trying to get behind them to set up the shots. And Drew and Jen both. And most of the other pros are pretty understandable. Parker was also very, very accommodating. But Drew is like...
You mean DVO didn't go to his head?
No. Parker is one of the nicest people. He's very...
Like
yeah, him and his wife, I think, Allie... Very, very nice. And they both...
Was that who was in a picture other than you that was posted?
Yes. That's his caddy and
his
wife.
Caddy / wife.
And they were both at Ricky's for New Year's, and super nice there, super nice on the course. Nice. They remembered me. They were like, hey, man, how's the pool table been? And I was like, oh, that's really nice, But Drew and Jen specifically, I'll run over to them. And they always say something to the effect of, like, if they're way left and everybody else is way right, or vice versa, whatever. If they're not nearby, they always will be like, hey, don't rush, man. I'm waiting for you. And like,
oh, that's nice.
As a cameraman who's portly, I'm not the skinniest dude. I'm not, giant either, but like, it takes me some time to get places. I got little short legs. And they're both always just like, super, super cool about it. Owen Scoggins also very cool about it. She was our spoiler. She won the Shelly Sharp Memorial as well for FPO, and it's.
I hope she keeps winning.
The people that come to play Shelly Sharp are like, I don't know if it's just Arizona attracts them or whatever, but they're like the nicest pros. I'm yet to meet somebody who treats me like shit as a media professional, which is very nice.
Well, it feels like it's a very much like a legacy tournament, right? Like, it's been, how many years has this been going on?
I know the actual memorial, I think last year was the 35th.
Yeah,
I think the Shelly Sharp is like 15-ish.
Yeah, but I mean, still something like that's this early in January. I mean, it's not, the weather's nice in Arizona comparatively to a lot of places. I'm sure it's still cold there for you guys.
It's not too bad. It just says Shelly Sharp on Disc Golf Scene. It doesn't say which one. It just says 2024 Shelly Sharp. But
still, it's got some history. I mean,
yeah, of course. And if you know the course itself, or anybody at Spinners, they'll tell you all about it. But I think probably the funniest thing that happened to me was Sunday after we filmed the spoiler playoff. Sorry guys, I had to immediately leave and go host trivia at a bar across town. And that's partially why I was so dressed up. If you saw the picture of me, I had a nice polo on. Shout out Todd Quigg, great guy, great TD, one of my Arizona disc golf buddies, gifted me a really nice jersey from an event I had filmed earlier in January, NADGT Premier Tour at Red Mountain. Anyway, it was the rainy one I was talking shit about. Tournament was hard for me, but it was a great tournament nonetheless. Anyway, I was wearing that shirt. So I go host trivia. It's whatever. I do my thing. And then there's a pool hall up the street from where I hosted trivia. And I walk in and I'm just shooting 9-ball for maybe like 2 hours.
Everyone drops to a knee. The king.
Yeah, they know. And so I'm shooting 9-ball for, a couple hours, just practicing, working on, I'm having a really hard time with like rail shots. If there's a ball on the rail, getting the angle and the English right to put it down the rail and in the pocket's been a challenge for me of late. So I've been working on it. But there was this woman who was directly across from me, and she was also playing by herself. And it's a common thing in, pool halls where if you're both playing by yourself, hey, you want to throw a rack or two, whatever. So we started talking, we started playing, just going back and forth. She's like, you're a pretty good player. And this is not braggy hour, I promise. But like, she was asking me to show her some things. And so showing her a couple things like how to line up your angle and like find your potting angle and things like that. And we're in the middle of talking, and these two guys come up to me, and I recognize them immediately. They come up to me and they go, hey, man. And I had just told this girl that I had filmed disc golf all weekend, so I was a little out of it. I was like, yeah, I do disc golf videography. And she's like, my neighbor's a big disc golfer. That's so crazy that you would also be a disc golfer. So then these two guys walk up, and they're like, hey, man, you were out at Vista filming disc golf, right? You spicy boy? And I was like, yeah, that's me. And they're like, you were at Ricky's at New Year's, right? I was like, yeah. And they were like, we thought that was you. And this girl looks at me like, what the fuck is happening? And I was like, shit. I was like, yeah. And they walked away. It was Jason and Tommy, I believe. And I was like, I swear to you, I didn't pay them. She was like, yeah, sure, whatever, ass. And so
for her perspective, it looks a couple of wingmen that you brought to be
100%
spicy boy.
Yeah, but no, I was not trying to pick up anybody or work on anything. I was
for sure.
I was seeing someone at the time, so it's I would never do that. But anyway, that was the funniest thing that happened to me this weekend. So sorry, super long story time as always, but
no, that's good.
Hit me with your story time, pretty please, Daddy.
Shoot, I wish I had one.
You have one.
Let's see here. All right.
Tell me about that phenomenal fart that you let out earlier this week. I know there's something there.
It's still vibrating the windows. No, let's see.
Oh my God.
Wish I had one.
Another story. When Terry went to fly to Malaysia on Monday, gifted me 2 of these French toast stouts because he didn't get a chance to get to them while he was in town. And I got to tell you, it's maple syrup, cinnamon, and vanilla, and it is delicious.
Yeah, I'm not a big beer drinker, but those small draft things I'm always like, oh, I should try it. It might be the one that I like, and then it never is. Also, I'm not a big drinker unless it's Fireball. Like,
I didn't know you were in a sorority.
I didn't know. Yeah, it's almost strictly on the disc golf course because it's like so at like Big Woods Open or Massacre. Just punching your mic over there, just hitting stuff. Just they'll always buy like those party packs of Fireball and leave shooters. And like leave them on like every 5th hole, and most people by the end of the round are a little tipsy, but I don't have necessarily a story time this week.
That's fine. Any disc picks? Any new accessories? Anything?
I maybe have a podcast exclusive that I'm not supposed to talk about yet. Potentially, maybe.
Yeah. Are you talking about what I messaged you about earlier today?
Oh, no, but we can't also talk about that. I'm talking about my new sponsor that I'm not supposed to talk about yet.
Oh, then don't talk about it.
But I want to talk about it because 7 people will hear it. I've been looking up the metrics for this show.
Yeah.
And hold on, let me pull it up. It's so funny.
God, I can't wait to hear how few people. I feel like everyone who regularly listens interacts with us on Twitter.
Yeah. I love this stat, right? Okay, so total views across all videos, 1.3 thousand.
Okay.
Watch time.
Oh God.
234 hours.
234 hours, eh?
If we have 1.3 thousand views.
Yeah, they watch a third of it or thereabouts.
Yeah, we should at least have 1,000 watch hours. We have 200. So you motherfuckers are popping on the video, looking for the giveaway, and popping out.
You fucks.
I'm telling you what. If you don't start listening to this, you won't hear this. But if you don't start listening to this,
that's okay. I mean, obviously, no. We're a fledgling.
Yeah, it's episode 9.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sunshine, the most unhinged man in my DMs.
Oh my god, me too. He's the nicest guy, but
so much.
My dude, if you could publish a book of his DMs, and people would be like, is this guy seeing a professional for? And it's
giving him advice on his old car that's in his garage. It's like an old Buick, I think 50s. And he's been talking to me about the fuel pump and like, can I jump it or is the battery too old? It's been a pleasure to talk to that guy.
That man has tried to sell me shoes and discs. The picture, I think he just posted it on Twitter of his nipple. I got that about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Very, very good friend of the show. Just also very fond of my DMs and your DMs.
Oh, one day we'll have to put together a best of Sunshine. And I swear every morning I wake up and there's like 4 unanswered DMs from him, and I'm like, I cannot wait.
Wow, only 4?
Yeah, the last
Jealous.
one he was calling you Alex Jones.
And I mean, I definitely look more like Alex Jones than you do.
Oh, it's so good though. I do have a disc pic. If you guys want to look at my butt as I walk away.
What do you think I'm here for?
I can't hear you. I assume you want to see it.
He'll see that later.
You just sniff your camera.
I'll see that later.
Imagine you just went. This one's a little unhinged. So a while back I got my favorite dye job, which is pretty on point with this episode. I got it from A-Bot on Twitter. He is now herniated DG, I believe, because his back sucks and get good scrub. But he sent me this, which is it's an Axiom Pyro, and it's not coming in quite right on the camera, but it is my favorite dye in my bag. I love this disc. I was talking to, I shouldn't even say that. I was like demanding Gibbs from Courtesy Violation to get one because he's like, what mid-ranges from MVP do you recommend? And I'm like, Pyro, just get a Pyro.
I have one as well.
It's such a good disc. It's like, it's overstable, but not in a way that it doesn't want to fly.
I'm listening.
Like it will go, well, for me, it goes right, but it will go right or left, depending on which hand you use, if you're right-handed or right-handed.
I think I sent my Pyro to somebody. Was it you? I can't remember who I sent my Pyro to.
You sent an Envy to London, right?
Yeah, but way before that, I sent, I'm pretty sure. I don't see it in here.
I don't think so. I've only ever gotten Pyro from Arctic Cats and A-Bot. Okay. Which the one from Arctic Cats is sitting at the bottom of a lake in wherever
what a nice guy you are.
Right. I was like, oh, I can definitely make this water carry. Guess he didn't make the water carry. Couldn't be me. But yeah, I've got the one I got from Arctic Cats. He was like, oh, I was just getting into like my Gyro Boy phase, and there it is. Hey, we got the same one. Just
so it's colorful. It's got the little rainbowy stamp, right?
Oh yeah.
And then the rim is actually
flake.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yes, it's the sparkle. Mine's got it too.
Sweet.
We got like the same Pyro. That's sick.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt your story.
No, you're good.
Or your disc pick or whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah, no, we're just chatting. Yeah, the first one I got from Arctic Cats, he was like, you gotta try a Pyro, because I was like all about trying to get all MVP back then. I was trying to do it again this year. But he's like, you gotta try a Pyro. I was like, all right. So he sent it to me. I took it out, and my first throw with it, I aced hole 2 at Tourist. Maiden Voyage aced.
I love that. I
was-
will be sharing a maiden voyage story later in this podcast.
Ooh. Has it anything to do with the cold open on the show?
Yeah, that's how I figured out water-based lube is the best.
I like how you talked about my announcing my sponsor and then somehow spun away from it. I didn't even mean to.
And back to lube. Are you announcing your sponsor on this podcast?
Aquaman.
Aquaman is your sponsor?
Yep, that's all I'll say. If you listen to this and hear that, you should probably know who it is. But
Oh yeah.
Once
it took me a minute to fucking put together, and I know who it is. Oh, y'all gonna have to bear with me this episode. I am a little scatterbrained, and I apologize. It's not intentional. That
would have been cool.
See, when I do cool shit like that, this is.
Oh,
I also missed.
Did you miss?
You fucking touched the. God, it's like playing around with me. Yeah, well, to be fair,
Low left.
You can see the basket's full of discs back there. So
I can, yeah. Now that you say that, I couldn't see that. I thought it was like a laundry basket or something.
No, it's my practice basket that doesn't get used.
I sent mine to Chris B on Twitter because I needed a moolah, and his brother wanted a basket, so I sent it to him.
Speaking
how expensive
of moolah,
it is to ship a basket.
I would imagine it's probably like $80 or $90.
Not that bad. It's like 40.
Still, I mean, that's pretty pricey. Yeah. I was just gonna fucking talk about something and I brain farted. Suck, dude. Fuck yeah.
Let's see what I got for notes.
I don't get a disc pick. Just you. Okay. That's fine.
Oh no, you get no, you can. Show me your disc. Show me your disc.
I have.
Show it to me.
That was closer to Barry White than what you were doing earlier. I have 4 disc picks.
Damn, couldn't get the angle right.
Yeah, no. It just I had to fluff a few times.
Understandable. You try to get one in the mirror, but it's like
I'll do 2 now, and I'll
face on the mirror.
Yeah, and I'll do 2 when our guest joins. So the first one I got me a. I can't.
Dude, I love the Crave is
how bad is this?
The best disc.
So I got 2 new Craves. I got this one, which is a purple glow rim. I am in the process of building a.
That's Jen Allen's, right?
No, Jen Allen is not sponsored by MVP. You dunce.
No, god damn it.
It's Sarah Hokum.
Sarah Hokum, thank you.
You're welcome. And
both of their forms are weird as shit, so forgive me.
Yeah, and they both make more money than I do playing disc golf. So keep it up, ladies. We love you. I got 2 Craves. I got this one, and I got another one that I will show you when our guest joins. And then also today, I stopped by Chumba Discs in Phoenix to get back my Missy Gannon Thrasher that I lost. And then,
was that the one you were talking about?
Yes. So
there was an interaction on Twitter, and they were like, "I hope you get it back."
Wait. No. I don't remember what I lost. Oh, it was my EMAC Truth. And
it was EMAC responded.
Right. And I ended up buying a new, by the way, he's got great prices on Proto Supremes. I got a Proto Supreme EMAC Truth for $12, which is
holy smokes.
Bonkers. Absolutely go buy one. But I stopped by Chumba Discs here in Phoenix and I got this really nice purple and gold Simon Lizotte D-Glow. I'm trying to get the fucking gold to flash. There we go. D-Glow Champion. It's a neutron wave, and my Jordan Castronaut wave is getting to be a little too understable for me. So that'll be nice to replace it with.
Look at the arm on this guy.
Yeah, fuck it. No, and like I said, as soon as our guest joins, I'll go through the other 2. I'm gonna go full bald. You guys may see hat lines. I'm sorry, but it's hot as fuck in my apartment right now.
I thought you said you were gonna go full balls.
Full balls. Just
dump them out there. Speaking of our guest, I should probably shoot a link to him shortly.
Yeah, send him on over.
He DM'd me. He's like, "Hurry up, losers!"
No, that was Jeremy London.
Okay, jeez, guy.
Man.
But yeah, sent that over. This is the part of the show that RV3 loves so much.
Yeah,
Where it kind of hits like a nice little lull, and we're just waiting for the guests. And
it's his very favorite. I'm gonna see if there's anything left in here. Give me a second.
Oh, this is totally above board. Nothing sus about this. Oh yeah, no, I'm trying to get sponsored by an Apple.
I saw that Cosmic Crisp.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it a whole campaign. Much like how I did Dynamic Disc last year, but this year it's just gonna be
that worked out well for you. One apple, right? Please send me one apple a month.
Yeah, just one apple. Like
when I went to the grocery store last, because I love you, I did actually look for Cosmic Crisp apples so I could send you a picture, but they do not sell them in Arizona stores, at least that I've been able to find.
Oh no!
So
that sucks. They're good apples, and no matter what Tennessee Twos says, he's wrong.
He's from Tennessee. He was born wrong.
He's like, Cosmic Crisp is a mid apple. I'm like, well, you're a mid podcast.
Tennessee's a mid state.
Love you, Tennessee too.
We do. We do. My very good friend Adam is from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, no, I loved you guys' podcast when you were doing it.
I'm gonna die. Please hold.
Please hold.
We need you guys might hear that on the mic, and I apologize, but if I don't get air on me, I will spontaneously combust, and that is not the type of clip that we're going for.
Is it going now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can hear it.
All right, turning it up then. Fuck
see y'all. If homeboy is.
I bet you can hear that.
He hasn't even opened the damn. You can't. You must have good noise cancellation on that bish.
On that bish.
Let's go over some Twitter questions while we wait.
Yes, please.
I like to pop those up just in case we run out of things to talk about, and we always do.
I mean, we don't. We just don't plan well enough.
That's fair enough. If the Pope shits in the woods, does that make bears Catholic?
No. If the Pope shits in the woods, that makes bears pedophiles. He's like, we're gonna have to cut our very first segment ever.
Fuck the Pope.
Fuck the Pope. Please. I don't know how that's gonna translate.
Give it to me.
You know what we should do?
I have two other questions, but the guy blocked me, but not the Hanging Loose pod. So,
what, he blocked you?
Yeah.
Was it Deutsch DG? Spoiler.
No, not that guy. That guy's a little worried about spoilers.
I'm gonna say this for no reason at all. When we do our giveaway later this episode, I'm gonna include hold on, I can double check. I think is it is a $50 Hobby Lobby gift card that I've never used. It's been sitting on my desk for probably 3 years.
Ooh, it's probably expired, right?
Hope it's still good. I don't think so. Hold on. Check your remaining balance. It doesn't say anything about expiring. Hold on. I'm sorry I keep hitting the mic, y'all. I'm a professional. This will be a fun clip.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message
system. 602. All right, let's see.
Welcome to Hobby Lobby. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time. Please listen carefully to our new menu. For gift card and exchange card inquiries, press 1. For charge card inquiries, to hear the available balance, press 1. To report a lost gift or exchange, enter your card number, followed by the pound key.
I love this bit so much.
You entered 1 1 1.
You're gonna have to mute that, RB3.
1 4 8 0 2 4 3 5 4 2 3 5 1.
Just put in
If
a
this
long
is correct, please press 1. If you want to read it, please enter your 8-digit PIN found on the back of the card, followed by the pound sign. You may need to remove the scratch-off material on the back of your card to read the 8-digit PIN. To hear the available balance, press 1. To hear
else
the
would I
amount
be
and
calling
date of
for?
your last purchase, the available balance is $50. To hear the available balance,
Hey.
press 1. To hear
Good looks, Hobby Lobby. You hate the gays and don't give your workers rights, but you don't expire your gift cards as well. So well done.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, sorry. Well, now we know for
No,
sure.
I
50
love
bucks.
that.
$50 to Hobby Lobby included.
Oh shoot. Okay, he just saw the link. So
Okay, I'm gonna shave my
Um,
head.
why is it I'm a shot wizard in my backyard putting basket, but when I get on the course, I can't hit a fucking 12-footer?
Those are called
Said by
nerves.
Original Judd. Yeah,
Original Judd. It's nerves.
Yeah, it's nerves. It's there's no pressure in your backyard. You can hit the sickest trick
Nope.
shots ever, but as soon as you get on the course, I mean, that's like the biggest struggle I have in tournaments is practicing. I can shoot so good, but as soon as it's actually for something, we get a little nervous, get a little scared. We have Afterlife Dies in the green room. I think
In
we
the
can
green room.
let him simmer a minute. Just kind of
Yeah. Show them what the afterlife is really like. It's listening to us talk
yeah,
forever.
for way too long.
It's you watching me shave my head for all of eternity.
What up, dude? Oh, with the Till Death shirt. I love
Yep.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
tits! Nice job.
Oh,
You guys
tits.
talk.
Yeah, what's
Okay.
funny is I actually I played around with one of the guys from Till Death because he's local to me and we didn't realize it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was just wondering the other day, and I have notifications for them on Twitter, and I hadn't seen anything from them in a while, and then
Yeah.
just got a notification like yesterday that they retweeted something, and I was like, "What the heck? Where'd you guys go?"
Oh, I didn't see that.
So yeah, they haven't actually posted anything, but they retweeted a different podcast, another disc golf podcast, because we copied Courtesy Violation, but but everyone else is copying us. Looking at you, Tour Life. Who do you think you are having guests on? That's our shtick.
Excuse me, if you were not aware, I was the very first ever Till Death customer.
Really?
I own the first shirt that they ever sold.
Damn. Heck yeah.
I didn't know that I'd be matching with Spicy tonight.
Oh well.
I don't have one, unfortunately.
Time to shave your head, pal.
I'm once
I
again
don't know if I
just
can take that step.
wearing more Head PE merch.
Listen, it took me way longer than I ever will care to admit to shave my head. My hair started disappearing when I was like 14. It was already like back here, and I had like the widow's peak, and I didn't shave my head until Christmas Day of 2015 when I was 25. So
Oh,
I let it go for a long time.
Fair enough. So, Justin, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you're a dye guy, right?
yeah. No, I love
Worst
the
transition ever.
transition. I love it.
What transition?
No, I started.
Light fixtures mid.
Oh, I mean, I had this one turned off, or else it was going to be way too bright. I could bring in from my garage one of our old stained glass ones that we had in our kitchen that we had to take down. If you want to give that a rating, but no, yeah, I started dyeing stuff in like 2021.
Okay.
There's a lot of like big local dyers in my area. You know, I kept seeing like all this stuff. I'm like, oh, I think I can do that. And my first few were absolutely abysmal because you know it's all trial and error. It's like, all right, what did I do wrong here? And I'm operating in a in a 2-bedroom apartment that doesn't like have anywhere. So like I'm putting paper towels and like dish rags down on like my countertop, so I'm not staining it, which I eventually stained the countertops and like the sink.
Oh
like,
yeah,
like
it's bound
fluorescent
to happen.
pink. But we got our security deposit back, so that's what matters. Yeah, and like I started doing like shaving cream stuff, like everybody kind of starts out, and like my first stencil one was on a Jomez Destroyer, which I actually have right here.
Show it. Show disc. Nice.
Voltron?
No, like Gundam Wing.
Oh, it is Gundam. Okay.
Because Gundam was one of my favorite cartoons growing up, and I loved the DX Destroyer stamp, how it's literally just a giant robot, and I was like, I want to put a Gundam head on this and just see how it turns out, and like that was my first like stencil that I did, and ever since then it's been like, all right, well, what can I do next? How can I kind of grow this little niche like skill set of mine? And like, you know, I get to sponsor 2 people now. One in St. Louis, his name's Bangin' Chains on Instagram. He's really solid dude. He's moving up. He was one of the highest rated amateurs in the St. Louis area, and he played an insane amount of disc golf last year.
I've been following him on Insta for a while. He posts a lot of clips.
Yeah, he does, and he just got sponsored by Finish Line and Gateway, which is awesome.
Okay, nice.
And then I sponsor another guy, Joe's Throw, out of Oregon, like the Oregon area, and he tries to post as much as he can, but the man is again like swamped, and like he's a big Discmania head. So like everything that I do for him is Discmania like revolved around. So it's pretty cool like to give both those guys like different die styles because they both like different things.
Yeah. Absolutely. So what is being sponsored by Afterlife Dies consist of?
I mean it's more like hands-on like die ideas. Like there's a lot of like back and forth. So like by the time like I get their discs, there's already a set plan in motion, and I normally do like huge bulk dies for them. It's normally like 6 to 10 at a time.
Nice. So do they turn around and sell them, or are they just bagging all these sweet discs that you make them?
They can bag them if they want them. They can sell them if they want them. You know, it's like because then my name gets out there a little bit more because all of my discs are typically stamped on the back, and then I include like stickers with my stuff too.
Yeah. Good call.
So like, you know, if they sell them, my disc gets into someone else's hands. They get to see like who it was done. I don't think I stamped yours. I didn't want to ruin Milton. And like it's a lot more like hands-on die process with them, which is cool. Because like I get like most of my stuff is like spur of the moment, like, oh, I think I could do this on one. I think it'd look really fun. And granted, like it's my own fever dream.
Yeah, like you left the oven on, didn't realize, and you're suddenly there it is. Pop-Tart disc.
Yeah,
that was my favorite one. I'm so glad that you made it and that Spicy bought it.
Yeah, and that's a freebie I threw in with his was the Beetlejuice one. It's
a Ledgestone DGA Metal Flake riff. Beetlejuice on it. Now, did you see and I'm not, listen, I'm a lot of things. I'm not a liar. Did you see the video I posted about my first throw with this disc?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I liked it and commented that that's an Afterlife Dies guarantee is your guaranteed birdie looks with my discs.
That hole at Fountain is treacherous because there's no real clear line. You've either got to hit that middle tree gap or you better have an arm to get up and over plus up about 60 or 70 feet.
Yeah.
And so I birdied it one time, and Shanks will love this. It was like a 60-foot scuba around a tree that used to be right by the basket.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
anyone that was I throw scubers all the time.
Yeah, but yours are lefty scubers, so they're like Satan's children.
That's
but I took this out and I told my friends about it, and I wanted to film myself throwing it, but I didn't want to be that piece of shit on the card of like 8 people and be like, "Hey guys, you fucking record this." So I didn't, but and they'll all corroborate. I laced that straight through the tree gap, and I put it at about 6 feet, and we all got up there and we were like, "What the fuck, dude?" It's good times.
Yeah, that's the
on a
afterlife
crave,
guarantee.
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
The
what
crave,
better?
yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the other crave I was talking about during this pick.
Yeah,
And how can you not crave a Pop-Tart?
That's fair. There's no better gap hitting disc in my opinion than a crave. It's
like it was made to do it.
Yeah, literally. It's a fairway that flies like a mid range. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Enough
unfortunately I
MVP
don't bag
shilling,
a
I can't
crave.
shill anymore. What's that?
I don't bag a crave.
What?
I have.
Get him out of here.
That's why you're on the amateur podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I've got like I have 2 or 3 that I like more heavily rely on for like gap hitting. Actually, I brought my entire bag in from outside because I figured, I don't want to leave my discs in Midwest
cold,
weather.
Cold.
Yeah,
it's typically an outside bag.
Yeah,
it is like it almost never leaves my car for like 9 months of the year.
I feel that. Yeah. Yeah, that's
like
that's my actual bag.
My gap hitting one is the jackalope.
Oh, okay.
Like
yeah.
I can put it on a line. I love the disc. It flies like a dream. I'm pretty sure it has the same flight numbers as a crave. It's just 2 speeds faster.
Yeah, and
so it doesn't have the same flight numbers as a crave. Is what
I said. Besides the speed.
Oh, did you?
This is why this is an amateur podcast.
Yeah, because I don't listen.
I had a I don't remember the plastic it was, but I had a jackalope, and it was a really good disc. I just found it to be more flippy than the crave, which isn't a bad thing. I love flippy discs. Most of my bag is flippy stuff. Besides that pyro I just showed, but that's the only overstable thing I have. No, it's gotten better. When I first started, it was truly like the most stable thing in my bag was like a Leopard 3.
I mean, I think a Leopard 3 is it's a great disc to just have in general.
It is, and
whether you're starting out or not.
Yeah, and when I was starting it out, I could throw it on a hyzer and it would stay on a hyzer the whole time. Now a Leopard 3 is, it's a Leopard 3 for me. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not too fast, but yeah. So would that be your disc pick out of your bag, Jackalope, or do you have another favorite in there?
I mean,
show us your discs.
Show disc. Do it.
Show disc, BB.
I mean, like for fairways, I think the Jackalope is probably my favorite, but like my Halo Wraith is probably like
spin dive.
Yeah, I mean, I've got. Let's see. There's this Halo Wraith. There's this Halo Wraith.
And this Halo Wraith.
There's 2 more Halo Wraiths, and there's another one in my garage.
We recommend water-based lube if you're hiding them other places.
We do. We have a firm discussion on it.
This one's been a little unhinged.
Aren't they all?
They are. This one in Terry Miller's episode, where I have both just had the weirdest vibes. Like there's a gas leak in our collective house.
Oh no!
Hey, till death.
But yeah, like I think the Wraith is like my favorite like distance driver. Like I back Destroyer. Like I love the Destroyer, but I feel like the 11 speeds are a lot more accessible for people.
Yeah,
especially when you throw them into a tree several hundred times.
Yeah, especially the Halo Wraiths, because those can tend to be a little overstable.
Yeah.
But if I were to recommend a Wraith, G-Star.
I would say G-Star or Pro.
Yeah, or Pro. Pros tend to beat in pretty quick, which if that's what you want, that's great. The G-Star Wraith I had held up for a long time. And it was a little flippier than I think you would expect out of a Wraith, but it was my bomber. It bombed so hard it into the top of a tree and I never got it back.
Oh no.
The Wraith is the disc I have the most aces with. I have a race with a race. I have an ace with a Champ Wraith, a G-Star Wraith, and a Star Wraith.
Nice.
Which one? I've only got one ace.
One ace. Well, we got to hear the story.
Get him the fuck out of here.
So my ace was the very first time that I played any sanctioned doubles match whatsoever. It was
sanctioned doubles.
Yeah, it was Well, no, it was. Sorry, it wasn't. It was like my first ever like.
That's journalism, baby. I questioned him.
It was my first ever like doubles thing I've ever done. Mm-hmm. Like outside of a tournament, like this was the first thing I've done like in like a league type setting.
Yeah,
I would say.
Random draw or bring your own partner.
Random draw. I went with my buddy, but he plays leagues above me. Mm-hmm. Like on every single throw, he's throwing a zone or a beat up soft magnet. And it's wild, the lines that he shapes. And he, it was like a downhill shot. It was a forehand line. I threw a Halo Firebird, which I have, again, sitting next to me. And it's a first run Halo Firebird that I found at a Play It Again Sports for $8.
Heck yeah!
Oh God, you gotta love a used bin find.
Yeah,
I know.
Play It Again is my go-to for cheap, like gems. You know, like you find stuff in there that you're like, why is this $10?
Yeah, you know? No, there's actually a shop around the corner from me. That's not a Play It Again, but they do board games and card games and disc golf stuff.
Oh, so
cool. It's a plethora of like, if you have a hobby, they're gonna have it.
That's the one you were telling me about, right?
Yeah, that's where I got this old I Die Juliana Corver Valkyrie.
5-time?
Yeah, 5-time. And it is like thumbtacky almost.
Naughty, spicy.
We
lost spicy.
I'm tying my shoes.
Oh yeah.
It was my first ace. It was really cool. I got a little part of the ace pot and then a free disc to choose from.
Oh, sick. Heck yeah.
I have 19 aces and have made zero money from any. Not a penny.
Yeah, I think I'm in the 15, 16 range. I think.
He's too cool to know how many.
None over 250. So essentially zero aces.
I hate that idea.
That
comment like an ace is an ace. If you get it on like if you throw the disc in the basket, it's an ace.
Yeah, we have a hole at Tourist that's
I have several
100 and I think 16 feet. 116 feet, and like I watch guys at League just jump putt it and like make it. Like if we are having League at Tourist, the ace pot is getting hit. They're like there's no at least. So okay, I guess I do kind of have a story time. It's a little late.
Okay, so yeah, what the hell?
Wrapping around, but last year at League, this guy, he's also a member of Team Shanked, Kyle Schemmel. Hit.
Oh, there's 2 Kyles on Team Shanked.
There is 2 Kyles.
Spider-Man.
So we were teeing off shotgun start kind of deal. First shot before the guy on our card even throws, right behind us, ching! Like first throw of the round, he aces. His dubs partner aced right after him, like on the same hole. They both aced. Yeah, but both ace 12. 2 holes later, they did it again. Both of them. It was the most insane. Like, I don't care how short the holes are. The odds of that are incredible.
Yeah.
Like, and if he's
there's that one guy that hit 4 aces in a round, right? Not too long ago, like last year.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Imagine 4 aces in one round.
I would think I'm being like punked or something. Like
you've got to, Ashton Kutcher's controlling your disc.
No, you turn around and it's just Calvin Heinberg playing in your league with you. Like, where did he come from?
That's always funny because like there's a Mondays at Conaceto, which is in North Phoenix, 35th Avenue Greenway, thereabouts. It's right across the street from Dynamic Disc Phoenix, which is the shop that Ricky owns. So like every once in a while, Ricky will show up to like their Monday league during the off season. I'm like, hey, number one golfer in the world, get the fuck out of here! I'm trying to make $60 so I can go to Hooters. Okay.
It's like I was listening to. I started listening to Tour Life, like, bleh, gross, right? And I was listening to Yuli talk or defend himself for being the C tier menace that he is, and it's like I just love the idea of playing like Big Woods Open, a small C tier. There's like 60 people there, like 4 people in MPO, and one of them is Paul Ulibarri. Just coming to take your $60. So funny to me. And he's just like, I'm a professional. I'm playing an MPO. If I take your money, get good. Like,
All right.
At least he's honest.
Yeah. I appreciate it. And like, honestly, if he showed up to beat me, I'd be happy about it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm yet to play on a card with a professional. There's one that has backed out from a few. Like I've invited them to bring your own doubles a couple times. Like, hey man, how funny would that be if we just showed up and like shithoused everybody? And he's like, sounds good. I'll see you at 9. And then
something
never
happens.
happened.
Yeah.
No, nothing happens. But he's like, I slept through my alarm, or I forgot, or it's like there's always a different thing.
Do I know who it is?
I will say I mentioned them on this podcast earlier.
Gru Dribson.
It's not true. Wow, I'm such a simp for my former best friend. Sorry, we don't have to talk about it. We need to ask Justin more questions because I told y'all I'm scat
This has been so weird. So Justin, tell us, why are you so handsome?
I was literally thinking how handsome he was. I was like, why are you not like an REI model? You look like the brawny guy.
Genetics?
Going outside and walking around a lot in the sun. I don't know. Surviving Midwest winters.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Genuinely don't know.
It'll either sculpt you or make you turn into this.
No, I mean, I got no answer for that one.
We ask the hard-hitting questions. Why blue?
Why blue? Oh,
yeah.
the wall behind?
Yeah, why blue?
Yeah, it's more of like a dark teal.
Yeah, so it's funny. My wife and I were watching the TV show Yellow Jackets.
Mm-hmm.
And in the library scene that they have in one of the ladies' houses, it's that color. And my wife and I went on Reddit to try and find like the color of the room. Like, does anyone know the certain shade of this scene in this moment? And I got like 14 responses, and I was like, perfect. I know the shade.
Dang. Yeah, the following on that show is crazy. My wife watched it and was just like ate it up.
I think it's a really unique show. I think it's really cool. I can give you guys kind of a hanging loose exclusive for my latest die that I finished up.
Let's do it.
It's so it's one that I posted earlier on X or Twitter. I know Spicy liked it. Is
Spicy frozen? There he is.
It's this Mint Discs lasso.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And I threw my logo on it just for some fun because I did a glitch with my logo too. But I want to start doing more with putters and that. So I was like, all right, well, I ordered 3 different lassos in plastic, and I was like, well, this seems like the perfect thing for my logo. So really liked how that one turned out. It was super clean.
Yeah, it looks really good. I really do like your logo.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would be genuinely aroused if I could have 2 white judges or red judges.
Yeah.
And have your logo micro stamped in the corner.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, little...
in black. I would.
That'd be sick.
I mean, I could do it.
my friend Kayla, who definitely doesn't listen to this podcast, but her Whenever she's impressed or blown away by something, her phrase is, "Are you shitting my dick right now?" And if I had those putters, I would be shitting my dick. Shout out, Kayla. Can you clip that for me, Shank, so I can show her at the bar? Thank you.
Yes, I can do that. Oh, shoot.
Do you have the glitch? What color is the glitch?
Yeah, I have the glitch. It's a white glitch. I did a red and blue rim around the end of it. This
That's
one I all hand painted with acetone. So that was
dude, that looks so good.
Yeah.
So what do
I'm
you
really
find?
happy.
Here's a proper question. What do you find is the hardest thing to get right when you're dyeing a disc? Like, is there anything that gives you trouble nearly every time, or a certain chemical you work with, or like a color, or
I mean, there's some shades of blue that act weird because it doesn't break down properly in the medium, so you get these little specks of the actual dye powder. Other than that, if I'm doing stencils, which a lot of my stuff are stencils, if it's not if the vinyl is not sticking to the disc right and there's little air pockets, if you hot dip it where I get the really nice black lines, the outlines, it can actually peel the vinyl up and let the water with the dye mixed in get underneath, so it smears. Yeah, that's a hot dip. Yeah.
Okay. Hot dip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. Plastic dip, for your rings.
So I think that's probably the most common issue that most people who dye stuff has.
So certain blues and just hot dipping with vinyl kind of.
I think it's just the vinyl itself, because there can be air bubbles, and you can try and press them out as much as you want, but if you're trying to flatten it to push out all the air stuff, there's a chance you can rip it and you're not going to notice it because it's such a small tear. But as soon as you put it in the dye or put it in
it seeps.
Yeah, it just seeps, and you pick it up and you're looking at, you're like, well, I can't pull anything out of this now.
Yeah. So when you mess up a dye like that, not that mistakes happen, do they get scrapped, or do you still keep them as backup discs, or do you just dye over them potentially? Can you remove dye?
No, you can't really remove. Once it's on the disc, you can't really remove it. I have I'm trying to think if I have one in front of me that I've messed up. Perfect example. I did one through a DM that someone sent me on Twitter. They wanted the Waffle House logo.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So I did the Waffle House logo on a Rolo. I'm going to be posting a thing about that one. That actually had an air bubble that formed underneath it. So there was the it stained it black. So I recovered the Waffle House piece to look like a sign almost. And then I did a white and grayish silver dye bed and pulled it out, and it looked marble. It looked like it marbled over. So that's a way as someone who does this, a way to kind of fix the mistakes.
Yeah, get creative with the mistakes and turn it into something else. That's smart.
But if I do have ones that are royally messed up, I've given them away for free. If someone orders something from my shop, I'll just throw in a free disc of send it away.
You can't be mad at a free disc, right?
No, I don't think anyone is upset if they get it free.
I wasn't. Yeah.
Or I've got buddies who have been really supportive of my business. They'll actually I've told them I'll do them for free or at a discounted rate, and no, we're gonna pay you for them. And so I'll give them to them every once in a while. I have bagged a few extra ones. I have a glitch that I messed up, so I'm all right, well, I have an extra glitch as a backup now. I try and get creative with if I mess something up, I'm gonna give it to somebody, no extra charge.
Yeah.
Or be hey, if you want, give me $5 and you'll get this disc. It functions just as well as it would. It just looks stupid.
Yeah, it's just it's the misprint of the dye world, right?
Yeah.
Do you find either through your experience or customers that dye discs are more overstable or less stable?
It's a total myth.
Yeah,
Total myth?
The dye doesn't like affect the flight, and I mean, well, according to Matty-O, dyed putters don't putt. That there's actual like footage of Matty-O saying that on, I think it's GK Pro.
Yeah,
Dyed putters don't putt. What is?
Yeah.
I mean, is there logic? Is there reason that he explains? Because that doesn't make a ton of sense.
No, but it's funny because it was a skins match, and AB was putting with him, and because AB is sponsored by Pastry Dyes.
Yeah.
And AB made a putt, and it hit the rim and dropped onto the ground. And Matty-O looked like directly into the camera right after he got done saying, "Dyed putters don't putt."
Classic Matty-O.
Yeah, it was the most Jim Halpert moment you could have in like disc golf.
So my pyro, right, is it's a glue dye, glue bed dye, or whatever that means. And I do find it to be tackier in the heat, but it gets really slippery in the cold. And I don't know if it's due to the dye itself or maybe just the plastic, but I do feel like it feels different than like other dyes I have.
Yeah, glue bed kind of I don't use glue beds too much just because like I haven't had a way to sustainably use them. Like for the cell beds that I do, like the background for the Crave, I was able to get 5 discs dyed in that dye bed before I had to get rid of it. Like glue beds, you can typically only do like 1 or 2, and it just seems like there's so much more like material lost.
Okay.
But I have found like glue bed ones do kind of like mess with the feel, but I don't know if that like if it really like affects the flight or if you just like I've gotten in my own head about stuff like that before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in theory, right? Like it's adding something to the disc, whether one way or another. It's a perceptible change to the stock disc, so it's got to add weight, however negligible it is, right? Like 1,000th of a gram.
Yeah.
Like whatever it is, but I mean, you could say that does change the flight, or has a potential to, but I don't think I think it's negligible. Like whatever it is, hit one tree and that.
Did you just read that word in a dictionary for the first time?
What?
Negligible? You said it 46 times in 3 seconds.
No, I didn't.
You're right.
Today, okay.
The difference between what I perceived and what you actually said was...
It was negligible.
Negligible. Sorry.
Damn. Get roasted.
I'm not the spicy boy. Like, I've seen, so many videos where they're like, it doesn't add weight, at least not noticeable weight. You know what word they didn't use was negligible. But I agree with you. My dad is actually a forensic scientist, so I can't remember the law. There's a forensic law about like it's physically impossible to come in contact with something and not leave any trace whatsoever. Right. So it's to say it kind of falls along those same lines. It's like that's why killers get caught by the fibers of their hoodies that they were murdering in.
Yeah, and they
things
track
like
down
that.
The brand and
it's wild
somehow.
What science can do.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you come with any questions or hot takes, Mr. Afterlife? JME.
I mean, I guess
Justin.
I guess like a question for someone who like I do dyes that I think are going to be fun. Maybe not that necessarily are going to sell really well, but like creative wise, like I don't like doing the same ones over and over. So I guess a question to pose to disc golfers would be, do you like ones that have more of like a uniform feel, like Calvin throwing like the Pizza Toro that he has? Like everyone's seen it. Like I'm pretty sure it was on the cover of like PDGA at one point. Like it's uniform, it's the same thing, like what you're gonna get, or would you want to see like more kind of like weird or like unique ones?
Yeah, personally, I would say unique. Anything that's strange, Like I love the Pop-Tart die
Yeah.
you did. I love that more than your generic cell die or like
Jazz Squirtle.
Jazz Squirtle.
Yeah.
Like I love those kind of like, why is that on a disc dies way more than, you know.
I am in the same camp. I think if you want something that's the same as everyone else, buy a stamped disc.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like, why do you want to? I want to throw Calvin's Pizza Toro, bro. It's like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Choose your own. The whole point of dying is to customize.
Yeah, and I think it's nice to be able to do commissions, right? Where you're like,
this is one of my favorite dies.
You bitch. I love that. Shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Got him. You were talking about customs.
Messed me up.
You wanted to be custom. See, I messed you up, but I also brought you back.
I appreciate you. Thanks, Daddy. That was too weird even for me.
I'm on
so yeah, having commissions over like having just like a backlog of your like generic dies, if you will, is nice, but waiting for commissions kind of sucks. I imagine.
I mean, like half the ones that I've done weren't really like the ones that I sold like last year weren't really commissions. Like I looked at the disc and I'm like, all right, what would fit on this?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like trying, like, not that discs have a personality, but like matching the personality of that disc, like how it flies to like what I want to put on it.
Right,
no,
you
I think that
put a
makes
jet
a
on a putter because they're slow discs.
Yeah.
Although I kind of want that now. So what? Oh wait, no, never mind. I can't. I was gonna say, what are you gonna die Beth on? But of course, you're gonna die the Beth on
a
Berg.
I gotta do it on the Berg.
It's gotta be the Berg.
So also, I told you, Shank, that I was working on a little surprise for you, right?
You did.
So I've ordered from my sponsors, OTB Discs. Shout out. I ordered a Dyer's Delight Vision Wave.
Ooh.
So it's all white with a black rim.
Nice.
And I'm going to have our good friend and guest, Afterlife Dies, dye it with a plain pink background and the hand and the hanging loose as a gift for you, sir, for providing me this hosting opportunity.
Bro.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
So stoked.
The best part, it's not going to release until mid-February, so you'll forget about it before you get it.
Oh, no. I probably will, too.
I know. You'll forget tomorrow.
Did you
Yes.
Did you ever end up asking Justin here the question you wanted to ask him?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about? Potentially being a...
Oh, I didn't ask him, but we can ask him.
live action journalism.
This is literally, he has no idea we're about to ask him this. And he can say no, and I want you to understand that, Justin. But you've been a very regular listener and friend of the show, and we both own your dies and love your dies. And we were like, hey, it would be cool if we had like an official dying partner of the Hanging Loose podcast. And you were the person that we landed on that we would like to have.
Of course.
If you're up for it. We don't know officially what that means. There's been no terms discussed.
Yeah.
We have no idea what that's saying it. But like, I think it makes sense to have, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever that would mean, I think that's really cool. Like, genuinely,
I knew he couldn't say no.
You.
We asked him live. He can't say no.
He absolutely can, because, my dad said no right to my face one time, and I've been living with that ever since. That's not true. Love you, Papa Spicy.
Like, I think it'd be really cool. Like, that's kind of how, like, the two sponsorships that, like, I kind of run with,
Mm-hmm.
like, that's kind of how they formed was, Bang & Chains was like, hey, would you want to do, like, a bunch of dies for, like, me and my buddies, like, initially? And then it was like, hey, I really like what you do. Do you want to, like, would you want to, like, be my sponsor, like I promote you, you promote me kind of thing. And it was the same thing with Joe Throws out in Oregon. Like he reached out to me and was like, hey man, I really love the things that you do. They look really cool. Him and I got to talking, and it was like I loved growing with people in the sport. Like that's what this whole community is supporting everybody, you know, being that good person. And I'd absolutely love to. I think it'd be really fun.
Hell yeah, dude. And I imagine it'd be the same kind of deal, like, you know, like when we talk in DMs and stuff, you're like, hey, I've got this, you know, this video going, and, you know, tagging me in the spin-in videos because I'm a sucker for those. But like, yeah, just something like that, just promoting you and, you know, getting stuff out there, maybe get some hang loose dies for people if they want them. I wouldn't say make them in advance, but like if people are interested. I don't want you sitting around with like 30 discs with the shotgun.
I would be willing to guess that you could also reuse just a standard all hot pink bed, right?
Yeah.
So you could make like 5.
Yeah, I absolutely could. Yeah, I like it's the same thing with like the it'd be like just hot dipping in like pink dyed water, just like how I do with like all the hot dips for like the black lines. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Heck yeah. Well, that's awesome.
We might have to do that.
I'm glad we jumped this on you so you couldn't say no.
I'm excited. I think
me too.
Also, something we could talk about more once we're done recording today is like we need an end of podcast like still, so we can put up the sponsors. So Afterlife, Great Lakes. That's it. And but that would be nice for us to have codes, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But that's exciting, man. I'm really glad that you said yes because I thought it made sense. You've been super cool to me. You've been super cool with us.
Yeah.
And you know, all 7 of our listeners, if they order something, you could make like $11. Fucking, you know, risk it all.
Yeah, get yourself some McChickens or something.
Don't fuck around with McChickens, bro.
No, absolutely not. What's your go-to McDonald's order?
I actually haven't had McDonald's in like 7 years.
Oh no, I was just about to say I got shit on Twitter for asking this question. They're like, McDonald's is poison. I'm like,
of course it is. Delicious poison.
Yes.
Well, I guess
me 2 McDoubles and a frozen Coke.
My go-to McDonald's order, like I have gone there for breakfast, and I'm a sucker for like the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle with like 2 hash browns. Oof. The scary part is that used to be like when I played tournaments in 2021, that was my breakfast before the round.
Mm-hmm.
So it just hits the calorie bomb.
And after the 14th time of shitting your pants on hole 6, you learned.
You're being optimistic. I was going to say hole 4.
Where'd Justin go?
Next time you get that ordered, put one of the hash browns on the McGriddle.
Ooh. I have done that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You're a smart guy. I like it. I knew I liked
it. I put fries on my cheeseburgers.
They need to bring back the breakfast bagel sandwiches. Dude, they took them away.
Right, 2002.
I actually forgot that they did that.
I am fat and remember everything. So the reason I got so bent out of shape about McChickens in the great state of Arizona, so great. They don't serve a regular McChicken anywhere in the state. They only serve hot and spicy McChickens, which are dog shit.
Yeah, no,
as the French say. And every time I leave the state, and if I've told the story on the show before, I'm sorry, but every time I leave the state of Arizona, if it's in the airport, I stop before I get an Uber. The first place I go is McDonald's, and I get 3 McChickens, and I eat them all.
For a beautiful McChicken.
Oh my God.
They're so
sorry.
Good.
I will die on the McChicken soapbox. I have tweeted at McDonald's before to be like, why the fuck don't you serve them?
That's insane. That's insane to me.
Well, the flavor demographic.
All right, geez. Well, I got to go. We're running super late. It was great having you on, though, Justin.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. I do have a giveaway that I would like to do.
Yes,
absolutely.
It's actually a 2-parter.
It's a 3-parter because when you weren't in here, I announced the inclusion of this $50 Hobby Lobby gift card for no reason whatsoever. So when you get the winner's info, you send it to me, and I will mail them this in a kind little card.
So I have a dyed Thought Space Omen, like a stained glass
Gorgeous.
kind of effect.
Sick.
And then we can either do this at the same time or not. I have a Halo S Blend Aztec that I actually won from Infinite on their threads because I was one of 3 people who commented on their first threads post.
Nice.
Listen to that, people. Yeah. You're 1 out of 8 on this show.
Yeah.
And then
your odds are
Shanked,
incredible.
For you.
What? No.
Because you have the 1 disc challenge.
Oh, yes.
For the hex.
Yes. Oh, yes, the hex. What is that?
This is a hex.
Is that pink and blue?
This is pink and green. This is a... Here, let me hold it a little bit closer for you.
Oh, dude.
This is the Hexabot. And it also comes
awesome.
with the Hexabot card.
What? What
yes. It's a DFX hex.
That's insane.
Maybe been thrown once.
That's insane, dude.
So this can be your 1 disc challenge.
Were you going to give him that before we promoted you to official partner?
Yes.
Oh,
no, thank you so much, dude. That is awesome.
I was voting for it. I was voting for the Berg, and then when that went away, I was voting for the glitch.
As you should have been.
Right. People don't understand how trolling someone works on Twitter anymore,
yeah.
apparently.
No, I
totally
totally did
some
that
people
totally started that to like really screw myself and somehow ended up with like the most neutral disc possible. I'll probably shoot my PR.
The people care.
They do. I appreciate that. I'm gonna shoot a 1030 rated round and then come after Drew Gibson.
If you shoot a 1030 round, I will Venmo you $100.
I will hold you to that. It will
if
never
you shoot
happen.
A 1030 round, I will Venmo you $500. All right, let's get running, boys. Yeah, Justin, I'm sorry I talked so much today.
It's all right.
You were great. We'll have you on again for sure, since you're like the official die partner of the Hanging News.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, you know.
Jeez.
I really had this
idea,
so but I couldn't figure out how to implement it. I wanted to set Milton up like somewhere else and then join with my phone and then bring him in as a guest and be like, what do you think? And he's just like, I couldn't figure out how to do it though. So sorry.
Well,
at least it's a thought that counts.
All
right. Justin, this might be the first time we've ever ended a podcast with a guest on. So it's going to be your job to send us out. Can you give us a scream?
I have to be a little bit quiet because I got a 2.5-year-old.
Can you give us a whisper scream?
Real quiet scream.